My name is Nina Miller-Westoby. I'm a doctoral researcher at the University of Glasgow Law School, and one of the areas I look at is the EU free movement of people. Free movement of people is core to the EU, and it has been central to the Brexit debate. Leading up to the referendum on the UK's membership of the EU, free movement of people was presented in a very negative light, and any public benefit was said to be outweighed by the social or economic cost. In a paper that I've written with my colleague Professor Joe Shaw from the University of Edinburgh on immigration, free movement and political rights in EU law, which is available on the website for the Scottish University's Legal Network on Europe, we reference papers that evidence that EU citizens in the vast majority come to the UK to work, that benefit tourism is a fiction, and that EU citizens pay more into the public pot than they take out. But I'm a lawyer, not an economist, and so for this video I'd like to focus on the legal framework for the free movement of persons. Free movement of people falls within the field of immigration. In terms of the powers that are devolved to the Scottish Parliament, immigration is not one of those. It is a reserved matter. The key piece of EU legislation in this area is a directive, Directive 2004/38/EC, and it's often referred to as the Citizens' Rights Directive or the Free Movement Directive. Accompanying that is the case law from the Court of Justice of the EU. In the UK, this legislation is implemented by the Immigration EEA regulation. And the rights contained within this legislation are available to nationals of member states and nationals of EEA states and Switzerland who are either a worker, self-employed, economically self-sufficient, so for example, a retired person with an income, a student, and a job seeker, with certain conditions on economic self-sufficiency for the last two. And there are 5, broadly speaking, key rights available in these instances. The first one, a right to enter and reside, leave, and have procedural protections from expulsion. The right to work, including the coordination of social security contributions whilst working abroad. The right to bring family. The right to equal treatment on the basis of your nationality. And the right to accrue the status of permanent residence after a certain period of lawful residence. And these rights enable holidays, work or study trips, retirement, or the pursuit of a career in another EU country for UK citizens on the basis of rights. And it provides those same rights to EU citizens coming to the UK without the need for visas, application forms, waiting times, costs or fees. It allows the flow of workforce towards the needs of the economy, be that low-skilled labour or high-skilled, high-earning positions. And so the impact of the UK's withdrawal from the EU on free movement will firstly depend on the outcome of the negotiations between the UK and the EU and any agreement that is reached there in terms of free movement. But without this system of free movement of people, the rights that I have described will not be available in the same way. So UK citizens going to the EU will now become what is called third country nationals, and they will be subject to immigration control. EU citizens coming to the UK will be subject to our immigration system, which is more expensive, complicated, and restrictive than the free movement system itself. And finally, withdrawal from the EU will incur the loss of EU citizenship, which for some have given a sense of social belonging and identity, as well as the rights that I've outlined.